Imagine waking up one morning to find your neighborhood underwater, not from a storm, but from the everyday rising tides brought on by climate change. This scenario isn't just a dystopian future, it's becoming a reality faster than we think. As a longtime resident of South Florida, I'm concerned with the direction that we are heading towards. Climate change presents a major threat to this region. Each of us holds a stake in the future of our planet. Whether you're a parent concerned about your children's future, a business owner planning for sustainability, or someone who enjoys the beauty of nature, the choices we make today will shape our future tomorrow. It is important to fight climate change now because it affects everyone. According to the UN, almost 2/3 of the world's largest cities with populations of over 5 million are in areas of risk of sea level rise, and almost 40% of the world's population lives within 100 kilometers of the coast. This list includes the Miami metropolitan area. We are among the most vulnerable regions in the United States because of the fragile Everglades ecosystem. This means that we are more susceptible to flooding. According to the Unified Sea Level Rise Projection Southeast Florida report, sea level rise among South Florida's coastline is projected to be from 31 to 81 inches by the year 2100. This amount of sea level rise could easily push seawater inland and flood coastal areas more frequently and for longer periods of time. Also, our geographic position near the Caribbean means that there's always a threat of hurricanes. In fact, according to the Environmental Defense Fund, the most damaging U.S. hurricanes are 3 times more frequent than 100 years ago, and that the proportion of major hurricanes Category 3 or above in the Atlantic Ocean has doubled since 1980. Motor vehicles are currently the leading emitters of carbon dioxide. Thus, I believe that the federal government should lead the way in reducing emissions by banning the production of gasoline-fueled cars, so that car companies can only produce hybrid or electric cars. The oil and gas industry needs to reduce their environmental footprint by reducing methane leaks and diversifying their energy operations. Also, they should be given subsidies to invest in renewable energies like wind and solar power. Some actions we as individuals can take to help reduce carbon emissions is saving energy at home by reducing our heating and cooling use, switching to LED light bulbs, washing laundry with cold water, or hanging things to dry instead of using a dryer. This will improve your home's energy efficiency. According to the UN, walking or riding a bike instead of driving will reduce greenhouse gas emissions. For longer distances, consider taking a train or bus, and carpool whenever possible. Living car-free can reduce your carbon footprint by up to 2 tons of CO2e per year compared to a lifestyle using a car. Like we were told as kids, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Plastics alone generated 1.8 billion metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions in 2019, 3.4% of the global total. Less than 10% is recycled, and once plastic is discarded, it can linger for hundreds of years. Buying fewer new clothes and other consumer goods can also reduce your carbon footprint. In conclusion, it is up to us to make changes and help save the planet from the threats of rising temperatures, more natural disasters, and other phenomena that will happen because of climate change. There are days when we are bombarded by information pressuring us to believe this or that, However, we must look further to find the truth. And the facts tell us that climate change is real and a frightening possibility that we must deal with now before it is too late. Earlier I said, imagine waking up to find your neighborhood underwater. Well, we can make sure this never happens. The choice is yours.